The views and opinions provided on this show are for informational purposes only and should not be misinterpreted as an offer to buy or sell any securities or to make or consider any investment or course of action. For more information, please go to passiveinvestorshow.com.
And now, the Passive Investor Show. Here's your host, John Fortes.
Welcome, PI listeners, to the Passive Investor Show. I'm the Passive Investor Consultant, John Fortes, your host of the only ranked podcast for passive investors in multifamily syndications and real estate funds. Our goal and purpose of this show is to be a resource to investors and help them master their passive investments by beating inflation 1% at a time. You ever need to hire someone for their services? I recently decided to do a house project to replace my car garage opener. See, my car garage opener was 10 years old. It was super old, and it finally gave out. So for maybe the last 2 months, I was manually opening and closing it. And I decided to take on the project. So it took me a total of 7 hours on a Sunday. And I just literally researched it kind of the night before, took it into the late morning after church services and decided to explore more. Finally landed on one that suited my home. It wasn't the most expensive one, wasn't the cheapest one, but something that I knew that I liked. So between the research, taking down the old broken one, and replacing it, 7 hours. I didn't mind it. It was fine. It was whatever. But a few weeks later, the trolley snapped. The trolley allows it to slide on the pole and go back and forth. I had set the tensioner correctly, but for some reason, it didn't work properly after a few weeks. So I called the repairman, and the repairman came in and with his expertise and service, replaced my old springs, provided a safety line, adjusted the door, replaced, and even adjusted the door and the tracks and replaced a few other things, as well as the trolley and a new track for a better ride. Mind you, I had just bought the new trolley, the new track, the new car door opener. But my springs and all that needed to be replaced as well. Crazy thing was, when he was done, I was happy to pay him for his great service and expertise. Literally, threw the money at him. I couldn't wait for it to be done after he gave me the quote and started to work on it. The moral of the story is, though I do love doing those types of projects, sometimes it's just right to get the job done correctly the first time for less money. Investing is the same way. You want the right opportunities with the right firm, and how do you go about it? What is there to decide when you're making this type of a decision? You ever do business with a small company to do something, maybe it's a service or something, and you feel like maybe it would be better with a more known, bigger, established company, only to move over to that side and either enjoy the experience or you move back to the smaller firm or the smaller business. And there's reasons for that. We're going to discuss on this podcast the differences between big firms versus smaller boutique firms as far as investing. Whether you're investing in stocks or real estate, you need to find a fit for you. If it's real estate, find a firm that aligns with your criteria and gives you options, provides you with analysis metrics, and is an extension of your financial team. And the difference between big firm and versus a small boutique firm is a big firm might not provide the personable relationship you are looking for, but may offer the volume of opportunities They may take more risks because the pressure to always provide opportunities to investors. And also, there's a big business feel, but they are well established and known. The small boutique firm will be more personable, more communicative. They will be measured and calculated with their conservative underwriting to meet expectations. Not to say that the big firm won't, but like I said, they're willing to take more risks. And also with the small firm, the investment opportunities will be less because they don't have the volume, because they're trying to provide better returns as they have a more startup feel. And they're working hard for their investors to the last drop. That's the difference between the big firm and a small firm. It's a high level view comparison. Now, how to find a firm. A real estate investment firm should offer investors real-time access with any investment and distribution history. Monthly or quarterly investor updates with photos, details, and insights on how your investments are performing. A secure online document storage of legal documents such as private placement memorandums, subscriptions, and K-1s, as well as operating agreements. Ability to receive distributions directly to your bank account via automated ACH. Access to online marketplace to keep you current on all new investment opportunities. Provide easy to use comparable spreadsheets to help you compare other real estate investments with other firms. And the last piece is a firm that reviews hundreds of investments and has a system to parse through the good versus the bad. Because as a passive investor, why do you want to take the time to find the deals and parse through them, underwrite them, when you already vetted the company and now you want to add another job to that? Make sure you are comfortable with their criteria and you know their system of how they're coming by opportunities. Lastly, to end this conversation, find the firm that isn't trying to replace any members of your already established professional team. Find the firm that wants to be a part of your team and works alongside your team. I hope you enjoyed this episode of big firm versus small boutique firm and what the differences are. PI listeners, thank you for listening. As always, we hope this was the best resource for your investment strategy, but also the best use of your time. Remember, if this episode helps you, you can help us by leaving a review on iTunes. I hope you feel compelled enough to share it with someone you think this would resonate with as well. As much as it pains us to leave you, but you know what time it is. Time to go put this into practice. Till the next time we meet, happy investing. PI listeners, I'm grateful for your time and I appreciate you for listening. It would mean the world to me if you went to iTunes and left a rating and written review. Let me know how you feel about the show. It really makes a big difference with getting the podcast out there. Don't forget about our Facebook group, where all of our guests are members of. I'll be there to answer any of your questions, or even questions you might have for future guests. Subscribe so you can get the latest episodes and our fan favorite quick hitters. Finally, I want to keep you updated, so head over to johnfortes.com and sign up for the newsletter. If you're interested in partnering with me, sign up on the contact page so you can talk to me directly. I look forward to connecting with you. Happy investing.